Okay. Hi everybody who's watching. Today we're doing more Disco Elysium. I'm doing fine since yesterday. Got some stuff to eat. But yeah, today we're entering day 2 of Disco Elysium. After my like 6-hour stream of it the other day. So hopefully it all goes well. I'm gonna probably do a lot of the stuff I did in day 1. Not day 1, but like the day ones uh before I restarted, you know. Let me switch this over to scene. Yeah. So let me just start up the game. Um so here's hoping everything goes well. In a bit of a better mood than I was last night. We watched we had a little impromptu movie night on the server last night, so that was cool. Watched The Fifth Element and Tremors. And I'm thinking of starting to do um a movie night pretty much every week if anyone's up for that, but like I don't know. Probably Chronicles of Riddick next time, or like the Riddick series. Hmm. Okay. Gonna pause that for a second. Okay. Let's see. Day 2. Wonder if this changes any.
The fan stands still.
No.
The bed is
Bed?
still cold from the broken window.
Uh,
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
nope. Guessing that's the... Okay, there's a bottle I can take. There's a bottle I can take. There's so many bottles I can take in here. I guess it makes sense that I drank myself into oblivion the other day. Okay, I can take that one. But which ones can I not take? I think that's all of it. Okay, gotta...
The window stands broken.
Okay, so still all those things. Let's see what I got in here. Le fume. Le fume? I don't, So I found out that, reading books and stuff in game just, like, moves time along and also does, like, uh, certain things to you, I guess. So, gonna check on what's going on. I wonder what happens if I interact with that door.
The door is closed.
Hmm. It's a thing. Okay, Kim.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The union must have turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
What do you mean by
I
they look
mean
rowdy?
ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys. who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Hmm. Are these the same men Guardy told us about?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
Hmm. There's so many of them. Maybe we could, well, wait. Why do we need to talk to
Everything
them?
points to the dock workers' union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information. Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
Maybe there's so many of them. Maybe we should call for reinforcements?
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay? One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first. Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Okay, gonna save in case I do anything stupid here. Talk to the cryptozoologist.
Just a moment.
Huh.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway.
She
I'm
turns
glad
back.
to see you again, dear.
Yeah. Sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean to eavesdrop on you. Tell me, how you might. Well, I might make them. We'll make it up to you. Good day, ma'am. Everything all right?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Wait, what's wrong with the
The
phone?
manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Why did you need to use the
let
phone
the
anyway?
young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
Well then.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about.
What's this expedition your husband's
Just some
going on?
field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
Just a second. Need to check my shit. Okay. So what do I want here? I'm thinking Jamis Vu. James Vu, I guess. Uh, let's see.
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Wait, who's the scary person? Do you trust him?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
So the water lock to the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck
Oh
on the other
my,
side.
what happened to the water lock?
Probably some technical problems.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
Okay.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect. Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
If I see him, I'll let him know.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
So your husband's some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What is cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Tell me more about Morel. Looks like a camel. Looks character. Your
Oh
relationship.
dear, I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
Hey, Lind. And I will drink now.
Boy, I think you thirsty.
So, what you missed, other than us waking up today, the DeBardo's Union has sent, the Hardy Boys, which are like a militant faction, and they're sitting in a booth, nearby. And also I'm talking to, Lena, the lady in the wheelchair, about her husband, who's, like, on an expedition with their friend Gary, out on an expedition to like look for cryptids. Like he's a cryptozoologist. So I was about to get her to tell me about this extremely rare insect that he's looking for.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Let's try again. If we were trying to meet him on the street, what would we be looking for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
And currently her husband's missing.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
So, how did you guys meet?
Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I think I have all the
I
information.
hope I've been useful.
Tell me about this rare insect.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, I want to hear about it.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but...
Oh, yeah. Here comes the interesting.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
What makes you think the phasmid is around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect.
So
that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
So the newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have.
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Does it have any cool powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years, centuries even.
Neat. Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
So is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Okay, what's so special about the stick bug?
Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. Morel can explain it all much better.
Thank you. I'm going to see what that check does, because I want to know.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Oh,
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Okay, Jamal Kim, just one little cryptid, I
He
promise.
nods. And this cryptids. Let's hear about all the Ooh, tough choice there.
Let's see. Is that a cryptid? Take out the pin. Are there any invisible cryptids?
what an interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them.
Shush, Kim. We got. She's gonna tell me about invisible
It's
cryptids.
the Col de Mama d'Aqua.
The what?
Its name means thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Col de Mama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
Why is it so afraid of us?
That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction.
Extinction?
They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mama d'Aquas. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
They cancel each other out?
Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population.
Great regret washes over her. A wending cloth.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ea, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Koltamama Dakwa population anywhere.
Of course. A common thread in these. Disappearance and unfalsifiability. I like the story, though, ma'am.
I'm glad you did, dear.
What does it sound like?
Like nothing. It's such a high-pitched sound that us humans can't hear it, nor can other animals. It could be ringing right outside your window, and you wouldn't even know it. Could be.
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory.
Could it be here, right now?
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights.
So what evidence is there for this animal being a sound?
Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 1920s, a group of Areopagi ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds.
Naughty.
The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest pitched bat calls. They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Koltamama Dakwa, after the Paracanasian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Wow.
They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds and even began to name some of them.
Name them?
Sequester, Time, Joscan. Those are but some of the Mamadakwa they followed individually.
Interesting. What
What
about...
about what?
Let's see. What's the most dangerous cryptid?
You promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
Right, okay, we can we can do this. Sorry, Kim.
He nods approvingly.
Okay.
Can I help you?
Yeah. About my bill tonight.
Got the 20 real?
Not yet.
Then why are you wasting my time?
Good night. Actually, wait.
Can I help? Another thing. Great. I love those.
So the phone
Yes,
line's dead.
and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
That's pretty strange.
It's not strange, it's inconvenient.
Is it true that there's foul play?
Who told you that?
Oop. I got a cough for a second. I got something stuck in my throat. God. It just doesn't. Well, it doesn't matter. I just want to. I never disclosed my sources. This would be dishonorable.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of arseholes around here who aren't murderers.
Hmm.
If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know so I can forward them the repair bill.
Saw the sign that said I couldn't go into the kitchen. What kind
What
of?
are you, a cook now?
Maybe
That's
I am a
none of
cook.
your business.
But there might be pertinent things to the
He
investigation in the
wasn't
kitchen.
Fine. Okay. Yes.
Goodbye. Okay, gonna save before I go in there. I'm gonna sell my bottles before talking to the Hardy Boys. Hello.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek. Please. It's not funny.
Oh, sorry, I've got a few questions.
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
Do you want to find that door?
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
Leo said you're a friend with Manana, is that true?
The mention of Manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. They're friends.
What is in the borscht you're making? Oh, you wouldn't mind if I were to boil some boots, would you? Let's see. You got impressive pots
He
there.
smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
Mind if I boil these?
The man takes another drag of his cigarette and shakes his head, smiling widely. It doesn't matter. You're a police officer. You can do anything you want.
What's in that borscht
The
there?
man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question. He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Mercury rising. Run my fingers through my through my hair.
Borscht need more vodka?
Ah,
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Vodka borscht! I love it, Bratan! Turn it the fuck up and then ask for some yourself.
Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
see, nod, turn your fingers. No, I'm vodka. Turns fingers, cut it. Let's see. Let's see. No.
The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and
But I'm gonna do that over again and see what happens if I turn it up. Get turned up, as someone says.
a thin man as you step in. Okay, it's definitely not. The man puts his cup down and replies something. He looks up. Shrugging is an international sign for the mention they're friends. He smiles. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes. The man takes. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
The man says a cup. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know your language. You
Right here, rising.
Okay, so it's
Vodka!
turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg. The
you
cook
Davis.
gives you a long, inspecting look, then shrugs too, and seems to wait for you to speak. The man's are pretty sure he doesn't know your language.
Okay.
Vodka!
Turning it up
Ah.
seems like a dangerous idea, honestly.
No,
The cook
sorry, man.
gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and
Okay, did that give me a point boost or what? How much? Okay, I'm setting at 70, so I can't get derealization yet. I need to get that. I wonder what's back here.
This industrial gas-powered stove has been used.
What are you planning to do? Throw a dinner party?
Whatever you had planned, you have to do it when the stove.
Yeah.
You see a heavy steel door. The door does not budge.
Touch
The cobalt blue.
Okay. Okay, so nothing in here yet. Gonna walk past them. Who are you, if anyone? Okay.
Was that? Could it be the Coldamama Dakwa?
Ah!
No, it's probably just your imagination ringing in your ear.
Is it? Is there a ringing?
There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched, right? It's like something tickles your ear. Lena also said that it couldn't be heard by any other animal, including humans. What you're hearing must just be a regular bird. Honestly, your ear isn't hearing a whole lot. The distant hum of the industrial harbor, the traffic. But, admittedly, there is a high-pitched noise somewhere there too. But then, isn't there always?
Listen closely
There
first.
it is again. You're about to rediscover a long-lost species. It must be very close. Maybe, just maybe, it will come toward you.
Wait, Kim, do you hear that?
No, I don't hear the Koldomama Dakwa, and neither do you.
Of course he doesn't. He's deaf. Oh no. The sound. It's moving away. Somewhere over there. Go. No. Too late. It's gone.
No,
There's
please
no
come
ring
back.
anymore. Keep your ears peeled, then. If the species really has migrated to Martinez, you're sure to hear it again.
got another idea. The Kmamol. The Coldamama Dakwa. You heard it. The mysterious Coldamama Dakwa. You're certain that you did. Well, maybe not quite that certain. Let's say you're hopeful because it would make you very special to be the only human to ever fumble hear an invisible incorporeal bird to animate whisper this particular sound. You're going to have to listen. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna hear the birds that I can't hear. Okay. Let's... Oh, actually, first I need to sell my bottles.
The tear machine stand. Your
Insert
bottles clunk
bottles.
into the machine. You're 100% sure you got special Hobocop money for that tear. At least 100% extra tear money. If the numbers on the machine told you otherwise, it's, do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo?
Nah. Let's see. Wait a second.
Welcome to Fred.
What's that magazine she's reading?
Before we go on, what is
I
Fred?
don't know. Frit?
Why are there 3
I
letters?
think they think that the extra T makes it funkier.
What's the
You
magazine
mean
cover?
this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Forgot about all that Fashion Police feature.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
Punter hat. Bet your hat would win a prize. So who is the most stylish in there?
Benita. She's a model. Usually it's a model. Or a singer-songwriter.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Let's see. Proceed. I have some more questions for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
Does Frit have a warehouse in the back of the Whirling Rags?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
Okay. Come on, give me something to work with.
She looks up from
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Could you tell? Ah! Okay. Yes. I am empowered, yes. Now I'm empowered to do petty larceny. However, I will do that. I don't know yet. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna try this again. Yeah, man. Also, hi, Eldritch.
push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta
Wax cylinder.
No.
Nope. I'm gonna try it again, because I want to see what it does.
An old call box with a mate. Whatever she says, it can't hurt you. You're a different person now. Stronger, healthier, and... Alright, maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you've drunk so hard you can't remember any of your past relationships. Oblivion's the ace in your corner.
Call her again.
There's a light buzz as you press the doorbell, waiting for her to answer the call. It's cold outside, and you can hear the wind blowing into the speaker. There's the static again, whispering like a seashell pressed against the air.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
Last time we talked, there was some confusion. You got me mixed up with someone else? Hi, it's me again. I wanted to talk to you.
My God.
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance yourself from it.
Please don't hang up. I just want to explain myself.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice again.
Wait. Is she...
Wait, are you repeating your words? Didn't you already say that last time we talked?
Michelle, just please.
Well, even her breathing, the way her voice drops, she finishes the sentence in the exact same way.
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months.
Is this some kind of joke?
Do you think, doesn't matter what I say, you're just going to continue, right?
The voice from the intercom doesn't answer, but you can hear her breathing. Wind blows into your microphone again, crackling and echoing in the box.
Is it over? Can we talk now?
Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean. It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally forget about you.
And then it hits you.
You're
She
recording.
tries again not to cry, and still doesn't succeed completely. Her quiet sobs sound old and distant, as if her voice is being played off a wax cylinder. Real or not, your mirror neurons react. It feels painful to be listening to this.
Why does it feel like this is my fault? Go ahead, ancient recording, then cry.
Her sound melts into the static from a long-distance phone call. From time to time, you can hear people talking in the distance, but can't make out. This is where you hung up the call the last time, but the recording is still going.
Keep listening.
A phone rings in the office with an old-fashioned chime, and someone walks by in a pair of heels. The static is like a warm blanket wrapped around the sounds.
Is anyone there?
No one replies, but the static grows stronger like rainfall. Then a female voice speaks out, completely different from the one before. Glorious and total somehow, crawling inside your head.
For 300 years I have been here, volatile and luminous, made of sodium and rain. If you want me, you can find me on the beach. Dans la dernière balle.
So, it was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. Shall we conclude here? We have other mysteries to solve.
Something weird just happened to me.
Don't take this the wrong way, but during our short stint working together, something weird is almost always happening to you.
That is true.
Actually, I should, now that that happens, I'm going to empty the card.
An old call box with "This button looks new," but someone has
empty
removed
card.
the name card.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Okay. I'm gonna take a moment. I need to unplug my wax melter because I got a new wax melter today, so everything smells like lavender, but it's getting a little hot. I can feel the heat off my back. I'm hoping the lavender smell will get rid of the mosquitoes that I've been having. Well, that was an interesting conversation. Is Kuno? Oh yeah, there is Kuno. What is happening here? Actually, I'm gonna see if there's anything that changed about this.
What do you see?
Nothing. Let's see. Okay, first things first. Oh, who are you?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
Is it okay if I ask you some
Okay,
questions?
sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What's your
My
name?
name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
Why are you standing out here in the cold?
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling, but she's cold.
You're cold. Can I help in some way?
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Should have a word with the store owner, maybe. Such a good trooper. Already learned the hard work.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Shouldn't you be in school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't school more important?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
How's the business
Mum
going?
says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed? In what way?
In a way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Bankrupt?
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
This sounds serious. I'll probably have to look into this.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
What do you know about the other failed
Nothing
businesses?
really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in
How's
the back
the-
rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
How does the curse manifest
It
itself?
does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
But Kim, plasmic phenomenal
No
manifestations.
such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
Enough the curse
Maybe
for
I
now.
can tell you about some of our books instead.
What's this crime
fiction
business?
is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Why would anyone want to read about crime?
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a police officer myself, by the way.
You don't look much like a policeman.
Huh, well, what does a cop look like?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
You know, nobody actually looks like the guy in the picture. That's just stupid fantasy for a man. Well, of a man. It's not what your body's. It's not your body that's important for police work anyway. Anyway, it's your pointed head.
Head? Yeah.
No, it's your soul. Your blue soul. No, your resilience. Not head, child. Heads.
Soul. That Mullen guy looks like a Hample man, who doesn't respect that. Well, who doesn't respect that face? It's not even drawn correctly. He lacks soul, flexibility. There's millions of different people out there, and you have to get into their heads. Sometimes you gotta be the killer to catch the killer. Grit. Let's see, soul.
I'm not sure I understand.
A policeman's gotta have the right stuff. It's ingrained into the sense of law. I didn't like
If you say so, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for your soul. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
What's romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about a poor man getting a rich lady?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something. Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People
What
are sad
about-
about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
What about when both the men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that. Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
What about it when everyone's poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Sometimes you gotta write about real life.
Not in romance books, sir. These
Hmm.
are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work at all, out at all?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Yeah, you think she has one about excruciating, painful breakups?
I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
Think about it. One where they plunge into a torrid spiral of pain and recrimination. Only it's really long and drawn out. Scarred for life. Phantom limb. Oh, okay.
Sometimes they break up for a little while, but then they always get back together.
There's enough romance for me.
Maybe some about other books.
What about famous people?
Kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Reading those doesn't seem to make the reader more famous, does it?
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Fame sounds delicious. Fame is for vain people. I have better things to do. These famous people sound like a bunch of dorks.
Okay, sir.
I am but a working man.
No, sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice of you to say I could stop, though.
Let's see, I get you. For example, I can't stop making this face.
That's a friendly enough face, most of the time.
Okay, bye.
Hello again, sir.
Wait.
No, sir, I can't.
Okay, yeah,
It would
when the
be
next
too
person
tiring
comes
to
up,
refrain from it.
okay.
It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time.
Yeah,
That's a
point
friendly
face.
enough face, most of the time.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is
Yeah,
that?
the little girl is kind of sad. Hey, why do you keep your hands folded like that?
What do you mean, sir?
She knows where this is going.
You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help. You can show them.
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded. The lieutenant stands by. Look, a facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals.
It's okay.
She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
You bite your nails.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded?
There were a few other hints.
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
You think so? Fine. Do me one better and deduce something about me.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
Let's see. Wait, how do you know I'm usually not?
Because you usually aren't.
Yeah, I'm also sad and my head hurts.
I'm sorry, sir. I hope things get better soon.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar. There's something you're missing.
Okay.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
What are you missing here? Why does this feel familiar?
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Hang on, so you know me? We've met before.
Yes, I stand in this spot all the time. You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir, apologizing to everyone. I don't really understand what you've done wrong.
Did I ever talk to you?
Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you.
Ah, thanks, I'm trying.
Yeah, I can see. You don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, he thinks. Not at all.
Party eyes?
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant. You were probably gurning too. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy.
Does that mean I've been partaking in narcotics?
Oh, baby. That's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing.
So wait, why didn't you tell me that you knew me to begin with?
I didn't know I had to do that.
I don't really, let's see. Thanks, I learned something about myself
I'm
today.
glad I could help you, sir.
Okay. Let's check who this guy is. Oh, this is a woman, okay. Hi. Hello. Oh, a good one?
Yes? Hello?
Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
What are you doing?
Looking for something to read.
Good, good.
It is.
I'm a
I
policeman.
know you are.
Do you need any help from the police?
What with?
Maybe your husband's
My husband?
visiting?
No, he's not.
So we're... Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking. Another comrade. Years of labor are pressing down on her shoulders. She deserves a hug for all the work she's done for mankind.
Children
No,
missing?
absolutely not.
Okay. Right, so where are
Are
they?
you a policeman or a nanny?
I'm a policeman. Danny?
They're
Where are
not missing.
You know where they are. They're at home, smoking, giving the ladder of vices a chance.
Hey, just making sure.
I see. Thanks.
Maybe your cockatoos?
I don't mean to disrespect.
For what it's worth, I agree.
Right.
But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get ladies. It's better to indulge him at this point.
What do you mean I'm being a cockatoo?
Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested. There's a...
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
Actually, that's exactly what I'm gonna go do. Thanks for the tip.
Wonderful. The story's open.
The woman before...
Gonna see what happens if I give her a hug. Just give a hug.
Step in and close your arms around this foreign body, wandering astray in touch.
What is happening?
She seems to be confused. Your hands are wrapped around her polyester coat. The fabric feels cold.
Keep
the
hugging.
situation is oddly intimate. Your cheek is pressed against her shoulder. Her hand is trapped between your chest.
What are you doing?
Less talk, more feeling. Keep your eyes closed. Soak in the closeness. See what the feeling entails.
Let's see. I'm fighting for the work.
Fighting for it how?
A hug a day keeps the bourgeoisie a day away.
Oh.
She's hugging back.
I guess it's better than nothing. Keep fighting on, my fellow comrade. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, thank you.
The woman before you nods and returns to her reading.
Let's see what's anything here. Power. John Koss. Yeah, I'd be really weird out if a cop gave me a really long hug and then told me he was fighting for the working class. Uh, hmm. Let me go up here and get that map.
Several maps. The maps look old and faded.
Look at the
This
map.
large map displays archipelagos. Ozon, learn disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you, radiating outwards from you.
Let's go in first. Can I see the city?
With a radius of 80 kilometers, still, the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible. You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas, lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark.
Look at the
ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the connections to other worlds. Words past the Incelindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods. But looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust. The north coast of a verdant, to the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East. Hudon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
And Martinez?
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is, north of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you? No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
And look at the map of Martinez.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour, even the whirling in rags there.
Can I buy this map?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is the one for Martinez so cheap?
That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was, nor from when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
What happened then?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going.
Well,
it'd be nice. Always good to be informed of your.
Gonna save just in case I. Tome of Fascist Magic. Ugh. Let's see. Map of
The worn
Martinez.
map features the patchwork grid
Trace a
of the
grid.
street. Your finger moves through the various streets. across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Cypar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your...
Put map away. Okay, so... Wait, how do I look at the map? Okay, this, yeah, the map. Okay. Mirror. Okay, this is telling me where the various things are. Fractured bullet. Huh. Okay. What is this?
A sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the book title, From A to Zurich, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo.
Flip to the
Turns
page.
out that there are so many different cockatoo species, and they all have behavioral problems.
Hey, what about this guide to
It's a must-have
cockatoos?
if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
What's this?
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Look to the
Amidst
shelf.
the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
How does it work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Does the book say anything
The
else?
book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Storekeep, what's these books about?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
Find something truly otherworldly.
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale.
What's the pale?
The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted.
What's this book about?
The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale. Even better if you can find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while you're spread naked and helpless on a cool slab.
Sounds invigorating.
It is, and good for the circulation too.
What else?
It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pale, readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pail and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired.
What does pale-aged whiskey do?
Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. That seems improbable.
It should be I'll probably get my hands on some. What else? How's that possible?
Is it any more improbable than anything else that human beings put their faith in?
Fair enough. What else is in there?
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pail. Though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need.
Huh. Anything else to do?
There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
Well, I certainly don't need that.
You close the book and return it to its place on the shelf.
Alright, I want to buy the Pale book.
Indeed. Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains...
Okay. What's this? Okay, I'm gonna ask about the, First off, tabletop games.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games
Look at the
for
pile.
all ages.
Okay.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick-Your-Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Anything that really catches my
There's
eye?
a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense.
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
Do I have friends?
Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
Yeah, kids, friends, chicks. I have all this. Look at me. Who would want to have children with me?
Don't be so hard on yourself, sir. You just need to clean up a bit. And technically, friends are a bit like family. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It costs 12 real.
So what's this rural thing?
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
You going this way? Gonna mess with the... Actually, first.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Fate. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Let's see. So, are you the store owner?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
The girl outside mentioned this place was cursed. Your daughter is the one I'm standing outside, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yeah, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10...
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
I'm not gonna grade a human being. I don't do that.
Come now. It's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer.
Fine, 10. She was very polite and helpful.
Her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as Mayonette.
The way you're handling strikes me as wrong. She's quite the trooper. She's a great value add. I'm here to abolish child labor. All that pressure on you has really made her anxious. She's chewing her nails.
God. I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life.
A part of hers, too, clearly.
I don't think she can do anything about that.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and usually I don't know anything.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. This is a person coming to terms with a new reality, one where they are wrong. It's not she's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there. There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Annette.
You're like Annette to your husband. Well, husband and mom, your mother.
Oh. Well, my mother was horrible, of course. Absolutely perverse energies around that person. But my husband...
My husband is completely different, of course.
Is your husband Annette's father?
Yes. My husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
And your husband is involved in the bookstore.
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Super silent. Almost inaudibly so.
She told me she doesn't go to school anymore?
She's been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into.
She your only child?
I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
Why not?
We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like a father, so I don't expect you to understand. I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand.
All right.
The woman looks aloof. Her features much.
Okay, time to check out that back room. And yeah, she is a normal person. She's just kind of dumb.
Curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Let's see. You see? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Salmon.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, There is nothing else to do with the fishhead charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Shopkeep, what's behind this
Now
curtain?
please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled?
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Pull open the curtain.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
But I sense this place calling to me. I must investigate beyond the threshold.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
Is this about the curse?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
Okay, I think I'll think about it for a while.
Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
What are you, a coward? Think about the marvelous adventures waiting for us on the other side.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
So, why are you so uptight about those curtains?
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
If it's just a storage room, why do you have the strange trinket on the curtains?
It's just for decoration. Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains.
How does the curse
The
manifest?
curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Annette mentioned that the previous tenants experienced financial trouble. Wait, that's it. I was hoping for something more well, that's it. I was hoping for something more paranatural. Yeah, Annette mentioned that they
It's not just
experienced
that,
trouble.
officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Sounds familiar.
Strange. I feel unwanted. What does it? Oh, what does it mean?
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous.
Would you like to take take the case? I could investigate it to see if the curse is
No,
real.
certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can...
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
I'm gonna save for a moment. A para-detective! Para-detective time, guys.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and well...
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend.
Ma'am, I can
Show her
help.
what world-class perfidy looks like.
Ma'am, I came here to help. I can handle paranatural situations before. Well, I've handled before.
Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I have returned from the void, a paradetective from the long line of paradetectives. I sense the psychic emanations from afar. The sleeper beyond calls out.
I'm not sure I can trust your claims. Honestly, you look like a bit of a drinker. I'm sorry.
Hey now, hey. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony. Go ahead then. Rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
You see, it's necessary for them to drink the spirits in order to contact the world. See, I admit that I share drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
I'm a void revenant. I have the power to debad all the energy,
I
evil
should
bad
have
energies.
realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance.
Perhaps you truly are the one to deliver this woman from the doom.
But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
Just ask my partner Kim, he'll vouch for me.
Oh, certainly so, ma'am. I can assure you my partner is eminent in this particular field.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
On my heart and on my honor.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity. I have sensed its presence.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
The chimney. Ah, yes, the passage between heaven and hell, of course.
Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? Probably just some office.
Okay. Here we go. Inward and onward.
You see a set of... You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
Need to check my... Okay, I'm almost close to getting derealization.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
You gonna knock on the door?
Only an echo. A hollowed out, dark echo.
Unlock
After
door.
exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room. You feel the tiny hairs on the back of your neck rise up, as if someone's standing right behind you.
What is this feeling?
Outside, the wind howls in from across the bay. The building at Rue de Saint-Ghislain stands like a matchbox on its side, with men inside like little wooden sticks ready to catch fire. A panicking woman squeezes the pendant around her neck, until it leaves a mark inside her palm. A man, a few meters away, stands frozen with a key in his hand. Somewhere inside, a spider is spinning its web.
Open the door. And good thing I got the flashlight this time. Let me get this thought going. I can't why isn't it letting me internalize it? Wait, how do I unlock more research slots? One skill point to unlock a research slot, okay. Well, we're doing that. Reachfall Special, Special Administrative Region, Lake Hulamol Caillou, and the Insular Indian Ocean, Coalition Government, Insular Indian Mission Command, name after name, and none of them familiar. They seem real, but something is wrong. You feel like a kid looking at stickers on the fridge. Truvant, the Apricot Company, ML Company, the World Game 34. You almost see your hands reaching out for them, scratching the Cormola at the corners. See if they peel loose. This feels like almost the most important of all thoughts. The one that you will truly must complete. The reason why I'm taking this is because once I get it, I get experience points for like clicking those like orbs. Like any orb I get experience points for clicking these orbs. It also helps me get a hold of reality. Sand drips from this punching bag. Oh, it smells like leather and sweat. What is this? An orb. Oh, a shot put ball. Posters absurdum Citius Fortius. Well, Fortis. What's this? Huh.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory from another life, when you were young and fit.
I'm gonna try to get that just to see what happens.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor.
Ah, shit, I got it.
Dog for its master.
Slap. Huh?
Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
I'm a true champion.
A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to. Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know you're here?
Good technique.
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There's no collars
You're
on the
right.
smart bell.
The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
Hmm. What kind of bastard would... Actually, what kind of bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a
It
felony.
would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one...
Kim?
What is this place?
Looks like a gym to me. It's an adventure.
No, it's a gym. Though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark. An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason no one's been here for a very whole reason? Let's just keep looking. I'm sure there's a regular abandoned... this is... what if there's a reason
Yes,
people
because
have been
it's closed. No need to look for supernatural...
here? Okay. Need to equip my, my flashlight. Flashlight! Okay, so nothing other than that here. What is this? Hallways blocked by window panes and debris. Huh. Okay. A large demijohn is full of strange fluids. A wild animal stares at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. Looks like the remains of the 24-hour window repair store. Naked mannequin torso, strange and yellow color. Man, the music's getting weird with it, isn't it? Oh, more real. What is this?
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
Do you think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Turn it on.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Look in the compartment.
It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Press play.
Nothing happens.
Press print.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Moth Eden. Who's Imla's Atelier? Oh, this is Imla's Atelier. Huh. Huh. Now what's all this? Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Huh.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Inspect drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those Wilkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a Welkin. One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the Welkin, this is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
Why they spend so? Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? Whispers. One of them is a Welkin supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard too.
Who are these creatures?
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Why would anyone?
Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
Well, this is educational. Move on from the
Just look at
weapons.
those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone. The
Inspect the
photo
photos.
collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal.
Keep reading. What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Inspect.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune out, Wirral Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe. The full text reads, "Heat Death of the Universe is the new black." Another note says, "The biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s. Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise."
Okay. What's back here, I wonder? Skis, slipstream, and laminated Tamil layers.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here.
I don't get it.
The skis and rotor blades both bear the same slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
But the question is, why did they start? Which did they pivot to? Well, where did they start and so this is a strange leap of imagination, yet they still failed. I'm all sad. Wait, so which one did they pivot to?
That's a good question.
Yet they still failed. That's just speculation. We don't know anything for sure. Let's see. What a strange leap of imagination. They still failed. Yeah.
Reality is ruthless.
Oh, what is it? Ah, production schedule. Okay. It's a cube. Cube. Put that fucker in here.
Tiles on the cube are still
Insert
like a smooth
production
draw.
schedule.
The
Press
bar
play
of
again.
fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning to flutter? The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling.
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Why did you call me Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about the ghost company?
One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
Wow, so conceptual. And what's this interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
Let's see. Yeah, what's the percentage?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
All right. Thanks for the explanation.
That was a question. Have you inserted it into the core?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
Can you give me a hint?
No.
This is the police. Please open this thing.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for...
Now, can you please repeat the password? Still no. Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
It's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still...
Maybe I should,
Tiles on the cube. The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Was there anything that I could do for that? Let me check the filament. I don't see a password. Maybe it's on this thing.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pesantic.
How do I know what Kadran mosaic tiles are supposed to look
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
So what am I dealing with here is something metal. Maybe it's an elaborate piece of art.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled The Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
Huh. Wait, who's the Game Master?
Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's
Whoever
playing?
decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing. Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad, Samara, and even Il Mara. All of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Well,
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
I think it's a failed business, the only question is, what the hell were they making?
Yes, that is the question. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games, only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
How do you think they were planning on doing it?
2 call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a 2-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
Has anyone ever done that before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And this was a role-playing game.
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
World's too cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid. Okay, let's keep moving.
Damn. Failed TTRPG company. Or like a role-playing game company. Oh. Oh, I don't like the red eyes on the big bear. What is it?
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
Wait, is that a thing? Is this thing? What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice bear.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door.
Crack open the belly door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Look inside the fridge.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take the note.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Examine one of the ice cream wrappers.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
Let's see. What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
Somewhere in the past, it's summer. 5-year-old Fifette lets go of her mother's hand, change jingling in her pockets as she hops towards the ice cream stand right across the plaza.
Shake from the sudden cold sensation.
As she makes her way to the market stall, the girl starts crying. A ferocious ice bear is guarding the fridge, its paws raised to ward off any potential customers. Her mother rushes to soothe her, but Fifette doesn't want ice cream anymore. She just wants to go home. The ice bear stares at them as they leave the plaza. A gust of wind flies one of the wrappers right past the sobbing girl.
So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper carnivore.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
What is over here? Little shadow. Hidden doorway, huh? How do I get in there? Yeah, it wants to sell its ice cream. What is this?
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Shine light into the compartment. Look, where are we? It looks around.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Huh. Look, look, there's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Yeah, sure.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away. Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
This one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
An old bell Margrave from the Revolution. Seems to be no longer functioning, but it's still beautiful. Could this be the murder weapon?
It's the same type of weapon, yes. A breech loader. An interesting coincidence that we should find something so similar. But I'm afraid our search for the real murder weapon must continue.
What does this mean? A rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. 2 rusty rifles are hidden in the piping. Okay. So that's what that was. Gonna save a little bit more. Gonna go back this direction. Okay, what is this? Is this a vault? Okay, rusted out. Huh.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Look inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talking to each other. The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying, or what's producing them.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm not sure, I'm not sure, Kim, but I think there's someone talking upstairs.
Really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Smear your hand with
A lush
coal.
layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
No, let's not express ourselves. Let's, wipe our hands off the pole.
Yes, how grown up. The furnace agrees. The lieutenant seems relieved as well.
Let's not put on blackface. Those voices I heard. Maybe it's the malignant spirit, entity Plaisance said lived in the chimney?
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind.
Always has to be the skeptic, this man.
See, Kim, what is this
Looks
thing?
like Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages.
Let's see. Yeah, have fun. Well, have a good night, Lynn. I'm probably only going to go for like a little longer.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it.
Kick!
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease.
Hello?
You've awakened the entity.
Hello, are you there?
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the 2nd floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Okay. I think I'm gonna end here. I know this is ending it short, but we'll pick up next week. Probably on like Friday, maybe. I don't know. I may change up on which day I'm playing Disco. Why isn't
A
it?
thick layer of coal dust.
Why isn't? Okay. Anyway, everybody, have a good night.